So here we are in Autodesk Fusion 360, a 3D modeling tool. We're going to design the part by using this tool. We're going to start out by making sure our units are in inches, and they are. Now we're going to create a solid body rectangle. Select the plane. We're going to make it 3 inches by 3 inches. And we're going to make the thickness 0.15 inches, should be thick enough. If we reposition, you can see the thickness relative to the other dimensions. Now we're going to create a arched curve to cut out a portion of this. We're going to select the top of the body, create sketch, and select arc, 3-point arc. And we're going to do an outside curving arc here, and similarly here. Then an inside curving arc here. There we go. Finish the arc. Now we're going to cut away this portion by doing an extrude. And we're going to extrude backwards by the distance. So take an inch, cut, click OK. It'll cut away that portion of the body. Now you'll see we're left with this object, which will go in the corner of the tub, the front wall of the tub, where the shower head is. The front wall of the tub and the upper wall of the tub, and similarly on the back side of the back wall of the tub. So as water tends to run this way, it will be blocked. So let's do a little more. We need a bigger edge to attach it, because we'll use some type of double-sided foam tape to attach it, or we will caulk it and attach it. And the way we will do that is to do an extrude a surface here. I'm going to reposition the object. I'm going to select this surface, and I'm going to pick the box tool again, and from this corner of the object to this corner of the object, I will pick, I would say, 0.15 and create a joined object, and I will extrude it up a certain distance. Now I'd probably want that on the inside, but it doesn't matter since this is symmetrical. We can flip it either way. I would think that that is thick enough to caulk and attach it. Maybe I'll make it a bit thicker, so the height I will probably increase to 0.15, and you can see that that's a good, nice attachment surface for this. All right, so I will say okay. I will do it again here. Select the surface. I want to go from this point to this point, and I will go to 0.15, and I will extend this height to 1.15, and you can see the surfaces join, because that's the default method, is to join the surfaces. I haven't created independent solid bodies. So what I'm going to do is probably just simply do a modify and a fillet on this surface, and I'm going to probably fillet it by 0.1, which will kind of create a filleted surface there, if you can see. Okay, a nice clean filleted surface. I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to do the same here. Select the edge, go to fillet, and I'm going to pick 0.1, I believe is what I did, and hit OK. Alright, so now you can see what this is starting to look like. Now on the corner where this is attached, it's not always perfectly square, so you want it to sit flat on the forward surface of the tub and the back wall. So we're going to fillet this just to give us some relief. You can fill the gap with caulk. So let's select that edge, go to fillet, and we will probably fillet this at 0.1. I would say I would probably fillet it at 0.2 and we can just fill it with caulk. Now we may want to fillet this inside surface to make it look cool and give it reinforcement. So we will fillet that, and we'll probably fillet for a lower diameter. I would say 0.15 because of the difference there, and it'll look like a complete sweeped surface right there. So that's cool. All right, so I tell you what, let's save it. We'll call it Tub Water Guard 3-inch. Alrighty. And what we're going to do is go export this guy. Go to the solid body. Click on it. Type export and export an STL file for 3D printing. Once that exports, we can get all set up to print it. Okay, we have the STL exported. Now we're in Press-A-Slicer that is configured for my Mattermonster 3D large platform printer. We're going to print it on that with ABS. And so we're going to load the part. And here it is, the 3-inch. Nice. And we're going to print 2 at the same time because we need to. I'm going to position them side by side, close to the middle. Let's slice it. So you'll see it looks like it's sliced perfectly. Now to save the G-code, we'll plug the SD card in here and save the G-code. Should be ready to go momentarily. There it is. Okay, the Mattermonster is awake. We're going to go ahead and start preheating the bed. It should be set for ABS, 110 degrees, and we're going to preheat the nozzle just so that it's ready. And we're ready. I've already loaded the ABS filament. It's a gray. I would like a white, but I ran out. I'm not going to level the bed. I've already pre-leveled it, so it should be ready to go. As soon as this bed heats up, we have reached temperature. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and home. And you'll see I'm starting to get some drip out of the nozzle because I preheated it. So I'm going to clean the tip with a paper towel. Be careful, it's very hot because ABS prints a little hotter. Alright, so this bed should be getting really hot. For ABS we need to be pretty hot because we don't want it to warp. So let's go load the part. Here it is, the 3-inch guard. Hit start print. You'll see that I am already at temperature 230 and 110. It's going to reset to 260 and 100 here. That was just my presets. When I select my filament type, I always go on the high side of the temperatures so it can cool down. That way you don't have to wait too long for it to get up to temperature. It's going to be ready as soon as this temperature gets down to about 262, close to the set temperature, and about 100, so we're going to be ready to go any minute. So the firmware is going to release it to start printing. There goes. These two are the two pieces. And if you look closely, I'm way over extruding on the first layer, as I mentioned. And that'll allow good adhesion, so we'll come back and check on it later. But anyway, there's our part. We're printing them away, and then we'll install them. All right, all the way from design to printing.